everybody. Welcome to Wednesday's general reading, where we do a reading for the collective of everyone, see what the Creator would like us to know. On these Wednesdays, we have been focusing on the solar plexus chakra, which has to do with our relationship to ourselves. Monday is about our relationship to the world, like as a whole. Tuesday is our relationship one-on-one with individuals, and so this becomes our relationship to ourselves one-on-one. So as we go into this week, I'm using this oracle deck that I'm working on with the Creator that actually has 7 stacks, one for each of the chakras. So we'll use this contrast pile today, which has to do with what is at the root of our emotions. So we'll look into that in just a moment, but I'd like to start out my readings just by thanking the Creator for being here with us. We're so grateful for your presence, and that you love us so much that you want to be with us in every second, and that we're so grateful that that love you have for us is unconditional. Nothing we can do to lose it, nothing to fear having you involved in every second, because you're not going to judge us. You're just there loving us, and we're so grateful for that, and we welcome you. We're also grateful and thank all of our angels and our guardian angels and our spirit guides that are with us today. Also all of our ancestors and our loved ones who've gone to the other side. And also just the host of beings of unconditional love and light that I want to be here with us too, to help us bring us messages. We welcome you and thank you as well. All right, so the question was today is, Creator, as we're going through this Wednesday and we're dealing with ourselves, what would you like us to know about just our relationship with ourselves today? What would be for our highest benefit today to know about our one-on-one relationship with numero uno, with ourselves? If a card doesn't make itself known, then we'll take 3 from the bottom of the deck, because yesterday was a -12, and of course 1 plus 2 equals 3, so we'll take 3 from the bottom of the deck. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Yep, we've got rejected. This would be what is at the bottom of all of our fears, right? We fear being rejected either by other people or by the Creator of all things, right? So this is the underlying fear that just swims around. So as we're going through today and looking at how we're interacting with ourselves, one of the things that we can look at here is how do we go about dealing with feeling manipulated? Because one of the other messages that comes with this is the third part of a manipulation process that has been handed down generation from generation from generation from generation. And so it's when we feel we want something done, like we have our supposed to, our should, our need to, and we feel like something is supposed to be done this way. The first reaction normally when we don't get something our way is what we learn as a baby. We cry, we act hurt, because we are also taught that other people's happiness is our responsibility. So when someone cries, we're like, oh, I've got to help them, I got to make them happy. So if we're drawn into that, like other people's emotions are our responsibility, then when someone cries or when we cry, we can get people to do what we want, right? That's why you see children have tantrums when they're not getting the toy they want, because chances are it's worked before. The parent will give them the toy just to get them to shut up, right? So if the first one doesn't work, then the second thing is what we call bullying, right? And that's where if crying didn't work, then let me get angry, let me throw things, let me, even to the point of getting violent, but we get loud and rah, 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 and we try to pressure and bully someone into doing what we want instead, like threatening punishment even, which, again, with children, how many times do you have to ask them to get it to the point, and then you yell at them, threatening them to take out the trash, then they go do it. So crying and then anger. And if that doesn't work, then we go to the rejection, which is what ultimately everyone fears, right? So that's hanging up on them, unfriending them, walking out of the room. If you're living with them, giving them a cold shoulder and not talking to them, giving the silent treatment. And so that's the process that we go through. And if that doesn't work, then we'll tend to repeat the process. So, I hung up on you, and then later I contact you and I can't believe you didn't call me back, and I act all sad and hurt because you were supposed to come after me after I left the room, or I hung up on you, or whatever. You were supposed to pursue me, and then they don't respond to that. Then we get angry, and then we reject, and we just da. So you'll see that as you're going throughout today. It's a big reflective point for us today to look at how are we responding to that pressure of trying to please everyone else, and how are we trying to get everyone else to please us. At the crux of this today, one of the big questions is, can anyone make me happy? What I've experienced in my life is that people can give me the world, but if I'm choosing not to be happy, I'm going to be unhappy, right? They can make it an easier choice or a harder choice for me to choose to be happy, but it's always my choice. And this is a wonderful, wonderful just discovery about our power, is that we have the ability to choose to be happy in any situation if we really wanted to. But we've been taught so much that when this happens, this is how we're supposed to respond and feel. When this happens, this is how we're supposed to respond and feel or react, right? So today will be a big day of, with everything that we've been talking about, with when people aren't acting the way we want and we feel invited to a fight. Today is another way that we can look at what the feelings are going in inside of us. And how am I trying to get people to do what I want? And how am I reacting when other people are trying to make me do what I don't want? And just feeling that difference, feeling that same fear of rejection that's going on in there, and being aware of that manipulation process. It's an eye-opener. I hated when I saw it, because I didn't want to be responsible for my own emotions. But when I realized it, it was empowering, because no one can ever make me feel any way that I don't want to feel. And that is where I want my emotions in my own hands. And as you're going out throughout today, just remember that you are indeed unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and I love you too. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. You hang in there.